What is up, guys? It's
John?
Ken, Speakeasy Podcast. We're doing something fun today. John and I have been talking about this, and we got people that ask this once in a while. What's the difference between a single barrel and a small batch bourbon? We thought it'd be fun to do two different distilleries. We've gotten, 1792 out of Barton, and this is out of Bardstown.
Bardstown, yep.
Okay. 1792 Barton, and then we've got our E.H. Taylor coming out of Buffalo Trace Distilling. So that's one that people are pretty familiar with.
Yep.
All good. We've had all of them, and we've always said good things about these. So we thought it'd be a good comparison. And the one thing I pointed out to you before is that the proofs on these are very similar.
Yes.
With them relatively all about, these are bottle and bond, so they're 100 proof.
Yeah.
And let me just say it right now, the single barrel coming in at 49.3% alcohol.
And the small batch is coming in at 46.85.
Okay.
So basically, when you're having a small batch or a single barrel, they're not high proof bourbons.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems
typically.
Depends. Some single barrels they can be. So if you look at like Elijah Craig single barrels, when they have those private store picks, sometimes they can be up there. They can be up there.
Okay.
But yeah, some of the small batch ones though are lower.
Yeah.
Single barrel you'll see more often at a higher proof.
Okay, gotcha.
To basically clarify that.
And then what is the difference between a single barrel and a small batch? The single barrel's obvious.
Yes, single barrel is coming from a single barrel.
One barrel in, out.
Yes, and that all started back in the day, back in the early 80s. Blanton's was a big one. Okay. That was they're not the ones who originated the single barrel, but they're the ones that put it on the map,
made it popular.
And good old Blanton himself, Mr. Blanton himself, was going around in the warehouse, and he was picking out these barrels that were like honey barrels, and he's like, oh man, this thing's great. This is great. And then people kind of followed his lead, what he was doing, because they started doing these single barrels. And back then, interestingly enough, a lot of those single barrels they were picking because there was more availability. They had some that could have been 15, 16, 17 years old. Because of the demand nowadays with single barrels, a lot of them that you could be getting a Bland's now that's 6 years.
5, 6
years.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
So they're not...
Because the turnaround needs to be quicker.
Yes, because there's such a demand for that now. People love those single barrels. Single barrels are very unique because they're coming from a single barrel.
Yes.
Granted, the mash bill could be the same. They are the same,
right. But you pick up two 1792 single barrels that come from two different barrels, you're not getting the same bourbon. You're getting two completely different tastes.
No, and that just goes when someone says they have a barrel that's not producing like a short barrel, that's not producing as many bottles.
Yeah.
Say you have a barrel you can get maybe a couple hundred bottles out of, and then you have one where there's a lot of absorption, there was evaporation, there was things going on, and you get maybe 3/4 of that amount.
Right.
That flavor profile is going to be totally different. It's going to be totally different. And people enjoy single barrels. It's more fun because it's like trying something new every time from basically the same mash bill, but it has its little varieties, little things that are different.
Right.
But yes, that's what makes it pretty unique with a single barrel. Single barrels typically are more expensive.
Okay.
Where you can have, just to give you guys an idea, a small batch E.H. Taylor, retail should be about $60 or so.
Right.
I know secondary is a different animal, and what depends on what the store is selling it for.
Sure.
And, this could be about maybe like 90-something for a single barrel E.H. Taylor.
Right.
So small batch, 60-ish, this is like 90-something. And, so, a bigger demand there. Something like the single barrel 1792 could be upwards of like 60s, and the small batches in the 30s.
Right.
As far as that goes.
And it's funny though, because you think it would be opposite, right? Because now let's talk about the small batch.
Yes.
A small batch is a bunch of barrels.
Yeah, it's blended.
Yes.
So,
So, and that is it is for consistency reasons.
Yes, there's very big with consistency, and then when it comes to these small batches, it's a little tricky when we start getting into small batches here, because small batches, there's no regulation for it necessarily.
Right.
So a lot of times with these small batches, they can call it a small batch, and they're blending 200 barrels of bourbon.
Right.
Which I'm kind of like, I don't know about that.
It's making the ultimate infinity bottle. I mean,
yes, and they could tweak it more. So say they make something and they're like, you know what, this doesn't. There's something off about this one. We need a little bit more oakiness. So they're gonna pull a barrel that is a little bit more oaky or something, add it to that blend.
Right. And I'm sure it's precise measurements.
Yes, and that's what they have. That's what some of these
but
distillers.
You would think because of all that work that a small batch would be pricier than a single barrel. Because single barrel, you're just taking that barrel and you go boop boop boop. It's done. Where the small batch, you're mixing, you're taking from here, you're taking from there.
I know.
But yeah, like you said, the small batches are usually cheaper.
I know.
And I don't want to sound. I don't know if you're going to agree with this, but a small batches I think are normally more blah.
Yes,
less flavor profile, maybe.
Yes, like I guess a good example for that would be like an Elijah Craig small batch, which is not bad. But I much more prefer a single barrel or like a store pick and store picks. And that's the funny thing too. When it comes to a lot of single barrel store picks, there could be some store picks that, like, say a store gets or just say, hey, pick one for me, and it could be complete crap.
Yeah.
It could be a bad barrel, it could be anything. You don't know what you're getting sometimes.
Sure.
And you have some stores that say they are into particular flavors. Say they like bourbons that are a little bit nuttier. So you're going to know that store, say it's Bottle King by us, and they always pick picks that are nutty. And you're like, well, and you're into nutty.
Yeah, I am.
And you're saying, you know what? I trust that they're going to pick something nutty, so you're going to keep buying their picks.
Their store picks, right.
And it could be any, just because they lean towards that nuttiness, or hints of banana, or hints of anything that you particularly are into, or that might work against you, and you say, I don't like nutty.
Right. And that's a cool thing to go and buy your local stores. Go buy their store picks, because you might like what they're selling, and that'll bring consistency. And that'll bring consistency to your shelves.
Yes, exactly. So
how are we going to do this?
Okay, just to explain real quick beforehand.
Because we're going to do these blind.
They're blind. So my wife was down here before, and she did all the pouring. She did a pretty good job, I think.
She did a very good job.
She did all the labeling. Each one of these glasses has a sticker underneath it that says exactly what it is. Okay. John and I are going to do each one together. We're going to write our rating, and we're going to reveal these ratings at the end. Okay. And we're going to try to figure out which one is which.
So are we going to rate them, between 1 and 5, and we're going to try to figure out what it is? Or are we just saying, okay.
We're going to do both.
Okay.
Hopefully it's not too complicated. I think we'll be all right.
1 through 5?
We're going to do it on a scale from 1 to 5.
Okay.
And we're not going to finish each one. There's a good chance we're going to go back to a lot of these.
We should go back. Yeah, absolutely.
Just to kind of revisit
because that first sip is not going to... tell you what you think.
No, and our mouths haven't been primed yet necessarily.
No.
So we got to kind of get these things. Thankfully, I think my first one has a little bit more, so maybe I'll prime a little bit with that one.
Right.
And do that. So this is where the fun begins. I'm going to start. I'm going to write my 1, the 2, the 3, and the 4. And I am going to try to, we can maybe talk about it, give a little bit of tasting notes.
Right,
I'm not cheating, don't worry.
Don't cheat.
I will clean out a little.
Yeah, let's do that.
Mm-hmm. All right. So.
Number one.
Oh, my computer keeps dimming lately. I don't know. It's unusual. All right, let's check this out. Let's see.
It looks like it's maybe one of the darker ones out of all 4.
I know. It does kind of look like a dark, but they're all kind of similar in color, which is a good thing. It adds to the challenge here. Okay.
I'm getting a little rye in there, a little spearmint.
I'm kind of getting a little bit heat, though, a little ethanol on that. Which, I don't know. Does that mean it's a single barrel? I don't know. But sometimes the cheaper stuff gets that ethanol taste,
Right.
Or smell. I'm getting like a candy, some kind of like a sweet tart or something. I don't know. Trying it out.
Ooh, that's nice. That first sip, though. Woof.
That's got heat.
It's got heat, man.
Okay.
I'm gonna do another one.
Yeah, I know. On the taste, I'm getting kind of like a dark dried fruit. I'm just gonna put dark fruit. I'm getting tobacco.
Yeah, agreed. I'm getting a little black pepper on the end, maybe. Little heat back there on the back end.
I just realized I cannot drink and face you
Oh yeah, no, don't do that.
because the stickers are on the bottom.
I'm trying to cover the bottom of the glass.
All right,
I'm not holding it like normal.
I'll do that too. Yeah. Okay, so a peppery finish.
A peppery finish.
I'm going to come back to this before I think I rate it. I feel like.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just gonna rate what I think it may be, though.
Yeah, I have something in my head too.
Let's see.
And then I'll probably change everything.
Yeah, probably.
All right, let's get the nose on this one. This is our number 2. That's what it'll be called in our paper here. Okay. Not as ethanol forward, I feel like.
No. Oh, it's this. I got hair on my microphone.
Oh, there you go.
Tickling my nose when I smell this. I was like,
Throwing you off?
yeah, definitely different from the first.
Yeah.
An easier smell.
What kind of characteristics? Anything?
A little brown sugar. Vanilla.
I feel like this is a little oakier on the nose. Let me see.
I'm not getting much out of this, to be honest with you.
No.
This is a tough one.
There's some sweet aromatics.
I'm gonna give it a shot.
All right.
It's got good taste though, good flavor.
Yeah, and it's God.
I feel like I'm tasting that rye spice again.
So you're getting more rye forward.
I'm getting more rye forward.
If we knew the mash bills on this, it'd make it easier because we would know. But
there's definitely less heat.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely less heat.
Yeah, you think?
Than the first one? Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Oh yeah. I'm not feeling it here. That warmed me up right in the chest.
All right. But I'm kind of getting some of that candy note again.
It's sweet.
Yeah. I'm going to put candy on that too, man. It's going to make things difficult, though. Well, the other one, I got more candy on the nose. This one, I'm getting more candy on the palate. Mm-hmm. Oaky. A little oaky on that, too. But the other one was oaky, too.
Yeah.
Which it could be mean
because they could be two small batches.
Yes.
Or two single, yeah.
Or from the same distillery, which has certain profiles.
Yep. Cleansing the palate.
Cleansing the palate.
Palate.
Yes, sir. All right. Let's see this other one. So this one, nose.
Wow. All right.
Oh, wow.
I got bubble gum right off the top.
Yeah. So we got that bubble gum. There was something else I got there too. I'm getting more of that bubble gum, butterscotch.
Mm-hmm. Definitely candy. Definitely sweet. This is going to be sweet.
Yeah.
I don't smell any heat.
No. It's good with that.
Burn in the nose.
No, it's good with that.
The bubblegum smell is just
right.
Like when you blow a big bubble in a
I'm throwing something else out in there. Banana.
Yeah. Yes. Yep.
Banana. Which I like banana when it comes to
Me too.
bourbon.
Bubblegum is something new though. I've never.
Yeah.
All right. Mm-hmm. Let's see if it tastes like it smells.
All right. Nutty. Cashew.
I do taste the banana.
Cashew.
I definitely do taste the banana. You know what it is? It's like banana chips, though, not a banana. You know when you that freeze dried banana is like more sweet.
This one, so far, has the most distinct flavor profile where you're catching it right away. You're getting it right away.
Yes. but it is very, very light.
I don't know. That could just be, I don't know. Keep in mind, these are all relatively the same proof. It's just who did a better job of hiding that. All right.
Last one. And then we'll go back.
What did you think?
I didn't rate anything yet.
So nutty, taste, cashew, banana.
Banana.
Not as much bubble gum on the taste.
Not on the taste. On the smell, 100%.
Yeah. All right.
All right, let's go.
Let me clear out a little.
Number 4.
This is fun, man. All right. Oh, butterscotch all the way on that nose.
Yeah, I'm getting like a butterscotch sundae.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm getting that vanilla.
Yeah. I almost want to cross out butterscotch on that other one only because
this is more butterscotch forward.
Yeah, and that one was more banana bubblegum forward.
This is almost like one of those hard candies.
Yeah.
With those butterscotch candies.
Is this like a Werther's original?
Like a Werther's, yeah. That's like
keep it
like
in
a buttery,
pocket, nice and warm.
Yeah.
Like my grandma.
Like a nice buttery, butterscotchy caramel.
This is very buttery.
Yeah.
Very buttery. So I'm gonna say straight up butterscotch, but I'm gonna say Werther's original, man, because it has that really buttery nose. And once again I'm getting more of that flavor. In your face flavor profile, nose profile. That is
no heat in the nose though.
Not like that first one, man.
No,
that first one had the
strong.
most.
Yeah,
but it was also the first one we tried.
Yeah,
so
that's why we'll go back.
Yeah. All right.
Interesting. The flavor profile is very similar to, I think, the third one we just had.
I like this one, man.
I do too. It's very subtle.
Mrs. Wow. Wow. I'm getting that buttery note. I'm getting slight nutty. Again with the nuts. But this is like a different. I don't want to say cashew again necessarily.
No.
More like a almonds, maybe.
Maybe.
What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll take that.
Okay. If you think it's different, let me know.
No. I'm trying to process it in my head because there's a flavor I'm getting that I just can't process it.
Yeah.
I'm like I'm trying to think of something to spark what I'm thinking here, but I can't. There's something specific going on in my.
Yeah. I like. Does it make sense? Is it weird that I say I like the first sip better than the second sip? I don't know.
No, it gets better.
Yeah, you think it gets better? I'm at a cross. Buttery, almonds, bakery notes on that taste. And as far as finish goes, they all basically have a nice finish that kind of lingers enough, you know?
Good finish, but I feel like between 1 through 4, it went down on the heat index, though.
Yeah.
But like you said, that was the first sip, so that could have shocked the body.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm going to go back to it. Yeah. All right, I'm going back. I'm going back to the stop. Ooh, that smell is just so much different than the last few.
Yeah. On that first one. Yeah, I gotta go back and forth.
I don't want the viewers to just stand here and watch us going, ooh, let's try this again. But this is a hard one.
All right. I'm writing down. Don't look at my numbers. I'm writing down.
Nope. I wrote down what they think they are, and I don't think I'm going to move anything.
Yeah. Ooh, man. I'm This is tough. I'm changing things already. Is that bad? No, right? I am all over the place, dude. I just... Gosh. It's got nice viscosity. All right. That's what I'm leaning towards there.
All right, I think I'm ready to go.
I need another minute.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
It's gonna be interesting. I really want to know what's what, which bottle is what.
Yeah, I know. I'm not even doing. I'm just doing 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, would I give number 1, 2, and number? But should I do a?
I mean, I did a rating, and then I didn't do 1, 2, 3, 4. I can see by my rating. Which
yeah,
ones,
what it is. I sorry, dude. I just got to go back.
That's okay. You know, on YouTube, if you just tap the screen a little bit, it fast forwards 10 seconds. While you're doing that, I'm just going to finish this last sip of number 2.
I am so all over the place. All right. God, I don't like that, dude. I'm sorry. I'm so back and forth.
Dump it in one glass and see what comes of it.
All right, that's going to be that. That's going to be that. And I'm going to say this is...
And by the way, folks, he's standing on something. I'm not this short compared to him. He's standing on something to make himself taller.
All right. I got those figured out. This is... And this should be...
You know you're a dad when you're just standing still and you're doing the... rocking your kids to sleep for all those years.
Okay, and that's going to be... What do I have left? One more.
If I am correct, I will say this. I will be at the store this weekend picking up a bottle, one of these bottles, or 2 of these bottles.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you will.
Because I like you when I'm sipping.
Okay, I am so sloppy here. I'm just going to circle what I have.
You can read it. Long as you can read it.
No, what did I do here?
Oh, boy. You're ruining the show.
I'm sorry. Because I wrote the same thing twice for a thing. Let me just try these first 2. That's what I have confused.
While he's doing that, I don't know when you're going to see this, but let's go Knicks. Let's go Knicks.
Yeah, that's going to be that.
Go back to our past episodes. Check out our specials. We did a poor man's Pappy. That's doing real good for us. Please go back, check it out. We did a blend to make a poor man's Pappy because I can't afford a Pappy. And we're not going to open up the expensive Pappy here, so we made our own. Actually, no, we did have a Pappy that we compared it to, so I can't say that. We did...
Okay, I'm done.
Battle of the 10-year. Go back and watch the Battle of the 10-year. We go back and show you how to make a smoked old fashioned, a regular old fashioned.
Yeah.
Go back and watch some of our older episodes and subscribe, tell your friends. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do this.
The big reveal.
All right, we're going to start with number 1.
Number 1.
So we agreed it was rye forward, spearmint, peppery finish.
Yep.
What else did you say? Candy, dark.
Little bit of ethanol note, candy on the nose, dark dried fruit, tobacco, and peppery finish on the taste on that one.
I believe that is the 1792 single barrel, and I rated it a 3 out of 5. It was the least favorite one out of 4 of them for me.
That was the least.
The least.
Okay. I rated it. I thought it was the 1792 single barrel.
Wow.
And I gave it. This was my second favorite.
That was your second favorite.
I don't know how it ended up that way because I was going back and forth, but
honestly, I'm more of a heat guy.
Yeah.
That one out of all of them was my least favorite. So I rated it 3 out of 5.
Let's reveal it.
What do we got?
All right. E.H. Taylor small batch.
We were way.
And look at this, John.
You crossed it off.
I had E.H. Taylor small, and I crossed it off. And I cross it off.
Oh, not even the same distillery.
Yeah.
Taylor small batch.
Okay. Got that one wrong.
All right.
Second one.
Well, I thought it was the E.H. Taylor single barrel. This was tied for second with me, and I gave it a 3.5 out of 5.
So let me just write this was a small. That was E.H. Taylor, just so we know what it actually was. And you thought it was the single barrel?
I thought it was the E.H. single barrel.
I thought the second one was, and this just to let you guys know, nose was oaky, sweet, taste was rye forward, candy, oaky. I thought it was a 1792 single barrel.
All right, let's see. 1792 single barrel.
All right,
we're on point.
I got it. I got one right. I got it right, and that was my least favorite.
That was tied for number 2 with me.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. I lied on that. That was my third favorite.
Third.
That came in third for me.
So 3 out of the 4.
3 out of the 4.
Okay.
Wow, this is going to throw me for a loop now.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going because I thought the third one was the 1729 small batch.
1792.
1792. I wrote 1729. I'm dyslexic.
And I thought that was a 1792 small batch.
All right.
And which is obviously we know is... it is.
It was. Yes, because the other one was the single barrel.
Okay.
So we were correct.
Wait a second here.
The first one was E.H. Taylor small batch.
I screwed up.
The second one was 1792 single.
I screwed up.
This one is the 1792 small.
Oh, no, I didn't screw up.
Yep.
Okay, no. Oh, okay. No, I did screw up. Because I wrote 1792 single barrel twice.
No. You just wrote that now because you wrote what it really was, didn't you?
Here I did.
Oh, I see.
It was E.H. Taylor small batch.
Oh, yeah. Well, you meant to write the...
Because this is what happens when you write things 12 times and you keep going back and
You
forth.
gotta see that mess he's got there right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, I nailed it.
And I nailed it too.
I nailed it.
1792 small batch.
And this one was my favorite. 4.5 out of 5 I gave it.
This was my third. So
Third?
Yeah, favorite. So it wasn't
So
really.
1792 small batch will be the one I will be looking for in the stores this weekend.
Oh, the cheapest one.
Hey, good for my pocket.
And last,
but not least,
with notes of butterscotch. I thought this had amazing notes. Werther's Original, buttery, almond, bakery. I thought this was the E.H. Taylor single barrel.
I did too. No, I thought this was the H
small batch. And I got that one right.
It's the single barrel, yeah.
So I got about three I screwed up and wrote the wrong thing. I got 3 out of 4 technically.
This was my second favorite one. I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah. How did I do that, man? I just went back and checked everything too, and I can't believe
single and small. It's so close. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You keep crossing off and rewriting. It's confusing.
Yes. So I technically, what happened was I wrote the same thing twice. I should have picked up on that, but I just had too much scribble going on here.
That's okay. That's okay.
And that was my favorite.
So
that was my favorite, the single barrel, E.H. Taylor. So, some of us in life have more sophisticated,
yeah. And I'm usually a higher proof guy, and the higher proof one out of all of these two are tied.
They're all the same proof, basically. Yeah. So I wouldn't think about that.
My order was the 1792 small batch. Loved it.
Mm-hmm.
The E.H. Taylor single barrel.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. The 1792 single barrel.
Okay.
Was okay. And then my least favorite was the E.H. Taylor small batch.
So my favorite was the E.H. Taylor single barrel. Second favorite was the E.H. Taylor small batch. Third favorite was the 1792 small batch. And my fourth was the second one here, which was the 1792 single barrel. So we both agreed that the single barrel was our least favorite. Is that?
Well, mine was the EH single barrel.
Wait.
Yeah, but yes, the single barrels were the least. You picked the 1792 as your least.
Yeah.
I picked the EH as my least.
Wow, you really picked the EH as your least? I thought you said the.
Nope. Yep.
Oh wow.
Oh no, the EH small was my least. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Now we're confusing ourselves.
Yeah. I was like, I would have remembered.
Small, single.
Single was your second, I think, right?
Number 2 was the EH. The EH small was my second favorite.
Anyways. We swear this is our first recording today. Anyways.
Yeah, anyways. You know why? Because I wrote, my bad. The 1792 single was my least favorite.
Okay. So that's what I just said.
And the EH small. The singles were my least. The small batches were my favorite.
So we both had the 1792, as I said, the single barrel as the least favorite.
yes, you are correct. You know why? Because I started writing the corrections and I mixed up what I wrote with the corrections. Yes,
that's all right. That's all right. That was
so
fun.
I'm a small batch guy then. I'm a small batch guy. I love the blend, I guess. I love the blend.
Yes. That was fun. A little history behind it. And it just goes to show that sometimes when they're blending these small batches, they really are trying to perfect a certain flavor. They're trying to perfect this flavor profile they're going for. So a lot of these small batches they're pretty good. As you can see, John liked this one as the best. He liked that.
And that's great for the pocket.
Yeah, it's a cheap bottle.
For $35, I'll drink that all day. Bubble
not
gum,
too
bananas.
bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not too bad. But yes, the single barrels have their uniqueness to it. E.H. Taylor single barrels, I'm sure they know what they're doing over there. So I'm sure like if you get one,
I'm not rating
relatively the same.
That I didn't like it.
Yeah,
we were rating out of the 4.
All decent.
I'll drink E.H. Taylor all day, every day.
And the reason I chose a single barrel, I just love those notes. I love the complexity of it. I love that it had those buttery, butterscotchy, bakery kind of notes to it. It just was very complex. But then that 1792, we said too, had some nice flavors as well. It had that bubble gum, which was unique.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
We hope that you enjoyed this, guys.
Yeah, we'll do something similar with this soon. We'll think of some more things, and that's it.
Yeah, awesome stuff.
Watch our future episodes.
Yeah. Do you have any bourbon left in those glasses or what?
Negative.
All right. Cheers. Cheers to you.
Shibidi bop shabop.